Hey folks, how are you? I hope everyone is good and healthy and your preparations are also going good for whatever exam you are going to appear. So let's start with today's question. So first question is from R. The question is, what will be the output of below R code snippet? So a matrix is given. This is a vector. Number of row is equal to 3, number of column is equal to 3. So this is basically a 3 cross 3 matrix, and we don't have any by row argument given in matrix. So how this matrix will be arranged? This will be arranged like column wise. By default the matrix is getting arranged by column wise. If by row is equal to 2 is also given, then it will be get arranged row wise. So to arrange it row wise, there should be one more argument here. By row is equal to true. Then this matrix will be like 1 2 3 row wise it will be arranged. So this is the resultant matrix. After that, a underscore m1 apply. So this is a new function in R. What is apply function do? It has 3 arguments. First is the input matrix. So m1 is the matrix. Second is 2. So the second argument can have 2 values, 1 and 2. So 1 means the operation need to do row wise, and 2 means the operation need to do column wise. And the third argument, it is having the operation which we need to perform. So basically this function is telling us that we need to perform sum column wise of matrix m1. So what will be the sum for these columns? So 1 2 3 6 15 7 8 9 is 24. So the output will be 6 15 24. So option A is correct answer here. So I hope this question is clear to you. 6 15 24 is correct answer here. So since this we are studying about apply, it's your task to read 3 more function: L apply, S apply and T apply. So you should go ahead and learn about these functions also. Next is, which of the following is not built-in aggregate function in SQL? So average is built-in aggregate function, max is built-in aggregate function. There is nothing called total in SQL. Count is aggregate function. So correct answer for this is option C, total. For total we have other function known as sum. Sum is built-in aggregate function to do the total. So I hope this is clear. Next question is repeated question from last session. Someone has commented that we should discuss this question once again. That's why I have put it here. Consider the following schema. What is schema? Schema is a table structure. So there is a table whose name is students, and these are the columns of the table: student code, first name, last name, email, phone, date of birth, honor subject and percentage of marks. So we need to write down the query. So what query we need to write down? Query will correctly list the average percentage of marks. Let's first understand this point, till this point only. So if someone is asked, okay, list down the average percentage of marks, what will be the query? Select average in bracket percentage of marks from table. So what this query will do? This query will list us one record only. Whatever the records are present in the table, whatever the rows are present in the table, it will give me the average of the percentage of marks. Now this question have one more requirement, which is in each honor subject. Now we need to give the percentage subject wise or honor subject wise. So suppose there are 4 subject: Hindi, English, math, science. Okay, so this query, the select average one, this will give the average percentage of marks for all the honor subject. But now we need to know what is the average percentage of marks for Hindi, for English, for science and for math. So means what? Means the records need to be grouped. Records need to be grouped subject wise. So for that we need to select the subject also as well as average also. So how the query will be written? Select, select, then honors subject, honors underscore subject, bracket average, then percentage of marks from table name, whatever the table is there, student table. So till this point we are selecting honor subject and average percentage of marks. Now since we are grouping and we need to know the average subject of marks by honor subject, so here we need to write group by query. So group by honor subject, we need to group the resultant output honor subject wise. So till this point what our output will be there, it will be giving me output of like subject and what is the average subject of marks. But requirement is having one more, where the average is more than 50%. So now with group by we need to use having. So then select subject average subject of marks from student, group by this, and after group by we write having. So here we have to write having average is greater than 50. So I hope this is clear. So what will the correct answer here? Option C, select honor subject average percentage of marks from students, then group by honor subject having average percentage of marks greater than 50. So I hope this is clear. We will do more subject on more question on SQL queries in coming days, so don't worry, it will be clear. Let's go to next question. In wireless LANs, a time interval between two frames to control access to channel is known as, it is known as interframe space. What is jitter? Jitter is variation in latency of packet flow between two systems. Suppose there are two systems and packets are being flown from one system to this system and there are a latency. So it might be possible that even the latency is not same. The latency is different for different packet. So that variation is known as jitter in term of communication. And what is interleaving? Interleaving is used in forward error correction method. So it is like this medium is changed from memory less medium to memory medium to memory less medium. So I hope it is clear. Next is, which of the following device is used to regenerate the signal so that increase the signal's strength and it can be transmitted and received over a greater distance without loss in quality? Very easy question. The correct answer is repeater or regenerative repeater. So repeater works on which layer? It works on physical layer. Router work on which layer? Layer 3 or network layer. Bridge works on data link layer. Switch works on data link layer. And gateway can work on all 7 layers. And there is one more device which is known as hub. Hub also works on physical layer only. So hub and repeater at physical layer, bridge, switch, data link layer, router at network layer, and gateway can work on all the layer. And this is also, you should know that upper level layer devices can work in lower layer also. So if I am telling that router is working on network layer, so that means router can work on data link also, router can work on physical also. Now let's go to next question. Next question is again from programming output in Java. So main class is given, public static void main string args a is equal to 6. If a is equal to 6, okay, the condition is true. Int a is equal to 5. Here again we are trying to assign the value 5 to the same variable a here. So this is an error. So this will give me an error. Compilation error will be given. So the correct answer is compiler error or compilation error. So I hope this is clear. Next is, which of the following technique is used to convert a blocking system into a non-blocking system? This technique is known as jacketing. So what happens in jacketing is, when a thread is blocked, so system may be blocked to another thread or to release another thread. So in jacketing system, it checks whether the required resources are available or not for that thread. So if the required resources are not available, it will release other thread and it will later again check whether the resources are available or not. That process is known as jacketing. What is fragmentation? Fragmentation is memory fragmentation, like small memories are there, but they are not contiguous. So no new process can come to memory. So that is known as fragmentation. It has two types: internal fragmentation and external fragmentation. And what is segmentation? Segmentation is dividing the process into small segment, having doing small tasks. Encryption, we know in communication, encryption means changing the plain text to ciphertext or encrypt the text. Compression is also a similar concept, to compress the data so that the additional memories can be released. Let's go to next question. The active data warehouse architecture includes, let's go to the option, at least one data mart, yeah, correct. Data that can be extracted from numerous external and internal source, that is also correct. Near real-time update is also correct. All of the above. So option D is correct answer here. So what does this mean? So suppose we have a data warehouse for a university or for a college, let's say. So in this data warehouse, there will be many data which is coming from different sources, like departments wise data, different department, maybe exam center data, maybe student data, or library data, books data, and maybe the placement data. So what are these are the different sources from where the data is coming to data warehouse. So this department is known as data mart. So that's what it is telling. Active data warehouse architecture having at least one data mart. Yeah, it should have at least one data mart. It can have more. Data that can be extracted from numerous external and internal sources. These are different sources from where the data will be extracted. Near real-time update means what? There are two things. One is DBMS or database, other is data warehouse. So the real-time update happen in the database. All the transaction happen in database, and what data warehouse will do at the end of the day, the data, whatever the updates will happen, that will come to data warehouse, and data warehouse will get updated. So that is telling it is not a real-time update, rather it is a near real-time update. So if you need to know the real-time update, you should go to the DBMS part, and this will having the historical data or very old data, and at the end of the day, or maybe after 1 day latency, or maybe in after 1 week, the data will come in data warehouse. So I hope this concept is clear. So data warehouse also is a very important topic, and questions might come in the exam. So you should not study in very deep, but at least you should know the concept. What is data mart? What is slicing? What is dicing? What is pivoting? Those things you should know. Okay, let's go to next question. What will be the output of below R code? So this question is from R. B1 is given as 8, B2 is given as 12, T is given 1:10. Means what? T is having value from 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. Then print B1 percent in percent T. What does this operator do? Percent in percent. This will return true if this value is present in this. So if B1, the value of B1 is present in T, it will return true. If it is not present, it will return false. So here V1 is having value 8 and T is having value 1 to 10. So 8 is present in 1 to 10, so the answer will be true. So option is correct answer. If it should be V2 percent in percent T, then the option should be false, because V2 is 12 and T is 1 to 10. Then answer, we should mark the answer as a false. But for this question, the answer is true. Next is, in RAD model, RAD stands for, what is RAD? Rapid application development. What is this RAD model? RAD model is like without planning and only with iteration and prototyping, we develop the system. That is known as RAD model. Next is, in SQL, the spaces at the end of the strings are removed by, so it is removed by trim function. So that same trim function you can use for the same work in Microsoft Excel also, to remove the additional spaces. So correct answer is option C, trim. This PDF I will share on my Telegram channel, and the link of the channel I will give in my description. Next is, programs that automatically submit your search request to several search engines simultaneously are called. So the correct answer for this is meta search engine. What is meta search engine? whatever the search user want to do, so it will just submit all that search query to all different search engines, and whatever the response it will get from different search engine, it will be showing to user. So this is known as meta search engine. There are two things, one is web crawler and one is spiders. Both are very similar concept. Now let me know in the comment section what is web crawler or spiders. These are very easy concept. If you don't know, just google it and study and then write down in comment section, because this I have seen somewhere in some exam questions came from web crawler and spiders. Next is Azure is a cloud platform developed by, so Azure has developed by Microsoft. It's Microsoft Azure. What is the cloud developed by Amazon? It's AWS. Google having Google Cloud Platform, GCP. Google Workspace is a part of this. IBM has a different cloud, IBM Cloud, and Red Hat is having different Red Hat Cloud. Next is, which of the following is the delay that occurred during the playback of a stream? So this is known as playback delay. Now here again we are seeing one option which is a jitter. So since here we are talking in the terms of operating system, this jitter is quite different. This jitter is like the interference which is being experienced by operating system due to background daemon process running. So in OS and networking there are many concepts, like many terminology which is similar, but reference is different. So one of those terminology is jitter. Let's go to next question. A register that can be used for memory protection is called, whenever we want to protect something, it is fence. So it is known as fence register. So fence came from the word fencing. We do the fencing like boundary wall and wires. We used to protect our field and do the fencing. From there this word has came. So the register is fence register. What is this memory data register and what is this memory buffer register? Both are the same. This having the information of the process being transferred to and from the immediate storage. Next is, dash statement is used in conjunction with aggregate functions. Aggregate function we have discussed, sum, average, count, to group the result set. Here the query which we have written in the previous question. Again we need to group the result set by one or more columns. So we know the answer for this question because we have written the query in the above question. The answer is group by. Group by used to group with one of it. In that question we were grouping it with only one column, that is on the subject. We can group it with two column also. What does distinct do? Distinct is to select only unique records. Insert is used to insert the data in the table and select is used to select the records. Next is, dangling tuple within a database represent a breach in which of the following? What is this dangling tuple? Dangling tuple are those tuples. What is tuple? Tuple is like record in the database or one row of data, and dangling tuple is the tuple which do not participate in join. What is join? Join means connecting two or more tables. So those attribute or those data which do not participate in join is known as dangling tuple. So dangling tuple can cause breach in referential integrity. What is referential integrity? Referential integrity is a kind of parent child kind of concept, like when we have suppose three table A, table B and table C, and these all are connected table. So any changes made in one table should reflect in other table also. But since we have some dangling tuple which are not participating in join or connection in these tables, those records can cause anomaly in this table. This is known as differential integrity. So I hope it is clear. If something is not clear, let me know. We can discuss more on those questions in another session. Okay, next question is from C programming. Yeah, this question is again repeated from previous session because I have discussed this question and someone told me no, this option should be option D, compiler to compiler. So I thought let's discuss this once again. So the question is, int main I is equal to to printf %d plus plus I plus plus I. So this is pre-incremental operator. So firstly the i's value will be 3, here I value will be 4, and after that this printf will be executed. So it will print 4 and 4 because at the time printf will execute, this I value will become 4. Now why this compiler to compiler option will not be true here? Because compiler will play a role here in printf. So what compiler will do, we don't know, like compiler will select this I for first D, or first I for first D, or second D for first I, or second D for second I. So in any case, whatever the case will be, the output will always be 4 and 4. Suppose I will give some other example, like let's say if I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 3, and if we want to print plus plus I and plus plus j, so plus plus I will become 3 and plus plus j will become 4. At that time the output can be 3 4 also or 4 3 also, because compiler can select, it can map any percentage with any I or j. So at that time the output will depend on compiler to compiler, but for this particular question always it will be 4 4. So I hope this is clear. Next question is, when an equijoin is performed. What is equijoin? Equijoin is whenever we want to join the table with equality operator. On a table of n rows and a table of m rows, the resultant table has the following number of rows. So whenever we want to join the table, there should be one condition, like on which column we are trying to join. So maybe we will not find any match, it can have 0 row also. Maybe all the rows are matching from left table to right table, or all the rows from right to left is matching, or maybe respect to one row in one table there are 3 4 matches in destination table. So it can be anything between 0 to m cross n. So option will be option D, a number in the range 0 to m cross n. So what is, how we perform equation? Suppose there are two tables, table 1 and table 2. So it will be select column names from table 1 comma table 2, where column name dot table 2 is equal to column name dot table 2. So whatever the column we want to use, we can use here. Or another way is to select column name, we have to write from table 1 table 2, from table 1 then join table 2, then we have to write on class on which column we want to join, and then we have to write like which column we want to use to join the table. So this syntax we should know at least. Now the last question for the day, properties that describe the characteristics of entities are known as, very easy question, known as attributes. How attributes are represented in ER diagram? With rectangle. Sorry. Entities are represented with rectangle. Attributes are represented with oval shape or ellipse shape. So that's all for this questions, for this session. I hope you like the session. If you have doubt in any question, you can either message on me on Telegram, or you can write down in the comment section also. So we will meet again tomorrow or day after tomorrow with another set of question. Till that time, keep learning. Happy learning. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.